Hello everyone and welcome back to Sample Sunday from Whisky Wednesday, all of the alliteration. Today, one of the more exciting types of rum in this set, the Plantation Xaymaca Special Dry, 100% pot still. Now, for people who aren't rum aficionados, you will see the unusual spelling of Jamaica, Xaymaca, pronounced Xaymaca. It's the original translation of I suppose this not the slogan of Jamaica, but what Jamaica is known for to most people as the land of wood and water. The land of wood and water. Keep flummoxing my words today. It was the original name for the country by the Arawak people who populated the island before Columbus got there. So, nice bit of history, nice bit of heritage. 100% pot still rum, I was going to say whiskey then, at 43% ABV. This is a blend of rums from Long Pond and Clarendon. I assumed it would have had some Hampton stuff in it, but I was wrong with that. Also, could not find anywhere to state if this had been finished in those cognac casks, which most of the other range seems to have been. So as far as I'm aware, this is just matured in, I would assume Barbados, but using Jamaican stock. Pot still rum from Jamaica is known for being pretty funky. That's the exact word they use. And I suppose the whiskey alternative to that would be something like Bruichladdich, would be something like Springbank or Longrow, even Glen Scotia. Some other distilleries that do that, some older Macallans. I've had it in some independent Glenallachys. That was the only consistent thing about independent Glenallachys. They were quite fruity, but had this funkiness to them. I've tried for a while to kind of note down what this funky thing is. Billy Abbott, who works with the Whisky Exchange, or works for the Whisky Exchange, he's done some interesting articles about it, and it's because he has a very specific, not intolerance or allergy, but he's not a fan of kind of like cheesy notes in whiskey. And with Bruichladdich, it can sometimes come across as a little bit cheesy. So that kind of puts him off a little bit. But there's been a few articles written on what this funkiness is. Sometimes it's like a fermented fruit note, sometimes it goes a bit blue cheesy, sometimes like parmesan, and then sometimes it's like really old kind of rotting stuff like leather and books. Another word used for it is rancino, R-A-N-C-I-N-O, but that is something mostly associated with whiskey, less so with rum. But yes, let me see if this box has any other information on this product, and then we'll crack on with the tasting. So with the Xaymaca, or Jamaica, Special Dry, Plantation revives the quintessential Jamaican style of 100% pot still rums with an expression of intense flavours to reveal the traditional legacy rum funk. This Plantation rum is perfect for an after dinner drink or as a Collins. So again, offering out opportunities. A lot of people don't like this rum. See if you can get a colour there. I'll see if we can get some body shots as well. A lot of people don't like it. It's their least favourite in this range. It's purely because Jamaica has that such specific profile to it. I can smell it in the glass already. It's been in the glass for about 20 minutes while I was just sorting out lunch, but this smells fantastic. Price-wise, it's about the same as the Guatemala and Belizean Gran Anejo. It's about £33, £34 a bottle. So the nosing of this is going to take a bit longer because it's not like the other four. So off the bat, there is a banana-y thing to it. It is like a caramelized, overripe, sweet banana. There's a woodiness to it, which again reminds me of banana when you get an underripe green banana and you bite into it and it has that kind of woody feel. There's an element of that smell. Associated with that, I'm kind of getting like a toffee thing, a vanilla thing, like quite typical. But underneath all that, minus it being a little bit spirity too. I have no idea how old this whiskey is. I would assume roughly sort of 5 years old. See if we can get that body shot in there. Holds the glass relatively well. It's not the thickest drum I've ever encountered, but it does pretty good. But the mentioning of that Rancino style, specifically like Parmesan, like the power of that cheese. I love Parmesan. I understand why people don't. There is something like that really deep in the back. Like with the Grananejo last week, there was almost like a Clarin quality to it. That funkiness, that Rancino-y thing, is hiding away a little bit. And I don't know if it's associated with the banana-y flavour. Like if you fermented a banana, there's almost like a smell of that going in there. It's slightly yeasty as well. But sweet, like brioche. Not the most Jamaica funky rum I've ever tried, but it's getting there. Certainly compared to the other 4. But let's taste it. Okay. It comes in a little hotter. Certainly not as sweet as the last 4 have been overall. There's no tropical fruit taste. The start is pepper, a little bit of red chili. Not like really intense chili. I don't want that to put anyone off, but like just kind of heat, but it's tolerable. It's not unpleasant in any way. Then it becomes really, really sweet. Like creme brulee, custardy sort of sweet. It feels sticky. Not oily or, I can't think of another word for it. Not like that. But it feels like sticky sweet, like a sauce, like a really sort of reduced sticky sauce. Weirdly on the nose now I'm getting like strawberry and watermelon. So it doesn't taste exotic. Unless you count vanilla as exotic, which I suppose in a way it is. But once you drank it, the nose becomes significantly fruitier. Yeah, it's like cream. Finish starts to replicate what the nose did. They're a drier, more bitter, almost like cassis bark. Like, is it geranium root? The stuff that's used in like Angostura bitters. There's a little bit of that going through there. In fact, it's quite Angostura bitters-like. Almost like Angostura orange bitters, actually. Really? Hang on, bear with me 1 second. We have some here. Obviously that's very orangey. Orange and like garam masala and stuff like that. But there is a small element of that to it. But I'm going to carry out out some sort of fun experiments in a bit. But yeah, it becomes woody, but like barks and things that you would use as almost botanicals and things like bitters or Campari or things like that. Medium finish. Drying, but not overly dry. And it does finish on those really kind of clean, bitter notes. The funk thing's sort of gone away. I think if you want a really funky Jamaican rum, you're just best off buying like Hampton, or just like the classics of that style. This is less of that. There's a little bit in it. There's a little bit of it in it, but it is its own style. Like, I've never knowingly drank Long Pond or Clarendon rum on their own, so I don't know what like the singular elements of those distilleries are, but this comes across as very fruity on the nose, like fermented overripe fruit, and then the taste is more pepper, chili, and then the finish becomes to this kind of drying cassis, bitters, Angostura sort of thing. But nonetheless, I can see why you would drink that neat and as a cocktail. It is incredibly deep and varied in its flavours. But I get the yeasty thing again, like that kind of brioche sweet yeast. You can see why the Jamaican styles are so lauded and so praised. I think that's nice. I still think I prefer the Grananejo. And I think this and the 3-star, the white rum, are kind of on par with each other. But I think the Grananejo is still my favourite. This is a very long video, do apologise about that. But we only have one left now in this set. We're going to do the XO next week. And then while you're all here, I have a collection of things to show. So obviously we've got some Foursquare stuff. That is the 2008. We got that. We've got the Nobiliary. We've got, what else we got here? We've got the 2007 vintage. We've got a little bit left of the Shibboleth. I think I drank some of that when I was really drunk one night, and it made me go to bed. I have a sample from a subscriber. In fact, I've got his note here still. Oh. From Gareth Evans. Apologies, Gareth. When I opened your letter, I kind of ripped it in half. I'm very clumsy with letters. But this has been something which has been reviewed by Ralphie, I believe. Oh no, he compares it to a Kalila. His reaction to this was the same as Ralphie's review of a Kalila. I've not watched Ralphie's stuff in ages. I've got some Finnish whiskey. We've got some stuff from the lakes. We've got loads of stuff. And then I got to send a sample of this Whistle Pig Rye from Great Irish Beverages, who I'd never spoke to before, but they emailed me and said, do you want a sample? I went, yeah, sure. It comes in this cool little kind of jam jar thing. So we've got tons of stuff to review. I will try and make it more varied than just whiskey. I assume those Foursquare samples will what you all will want to talk about. But after that, we've only got 4 of them. We will move on to some other stuff. Might even do like 2 videos in a day just to see where it takes us. Yeah, this is very long now. I do apologise. Thank you all for watching. That was the... I'm going to say Jamaica because I forgot the original pronunciation. That's the Jamaican Special Dry. Xaymaca. It's pretty cool. It's pretty different. It's not the funkiest Jamaican rum. There are others out there you can buy to experience that funkiness. But a little bit of it's in there. So it's like a nice stepping stone into it. And again, only £30 a bottle, so not too bad. But yes, thank you all for watching. I will see you soon and have a good day.